At least 7 people killed, 6 critically injured in a gangway collapse in coastal Georgia. Thank you for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Jessica Clark. Now, this happened on Sapelo Island. So let's take a look at a map. Sapelo Island is just north of Glenn County. It is in McIntosh County. And this is a satellite image going into where the gangway collapsed. This is the ferry dock, the ferry that you take over to Sapelo Island. And it is the dock right here, and there is a ramp or a gangway that collapsed earlier this afternoon. And we know hundreds were in the area for a Gullah Geechee Cultural Day celebration, including people from Jacksonville. Our Zach Wilcox joins us live now from Elm Grove Church. That's in Meridian. That's very nearby. Zach, so the church actually functioned as a reunification site after the tragedy, right?
Yeah, Jessica, the church is here right where you would turn to go down toward the island, to go toward the ferry. And the pastor here told us they helped more than 400 people, at least 400 people that they helped here at the church as a spot where they could come and get warm, put a blanket on, grab some water, call their loved ones, coordinate things, let people know where they were so they could come and pick them up and wait until the scene was cleared enough to go back on the island to get their cars. And we still don't have a ton of our questions answered at this point. We did get an update from officials, but they weren't able to answer questions there. So we don't know exactly just how many people were involved in this Cultural Day celebration. We don't know what caused the gangway to collapse. But what we do know is that this church was there for people when they needed it most in this community.
I get this call and my whole day changed.
Elm Grove Church Pastor Gerald Thomas had just finished his pastor duties for the day when he got that call about a dock collapsing on Sapelo Island. While he tried to figure out just how many people were killed and if he knew any of them, he also sprung into action, opening the church doors to welcome busload after busload of survivors.
That's what we do. We're missionary, and we try to help people who are in need. And it was a time of need.
Georgia Department of Natural Resources Captain Chris Hodge says the 911 call came in just before 4 o'clock. The ramp at the ferry dock on Sapelo Island had fallen.
Once we got on scene, we realized that we had possibly 20 people or more that had went into the water because of the collapse of this gangway.
Hodge says 7 people died. 6 were critically injured and another 2 were flown to a nearby hospital. DNR is sending an engineering team to investigate what caused the collapse, but a spokesperson says no boat hit the gangway. Thomas says at least 400 people were shuttled to the church in what was a busy day at the island for the annual Gullah Geechee Heritage Festival.
It's larger than I've seen before, and I've been here 30 years, and I hadn't ever seen it that large.
Thomas is still waiting for an official list of victims to see if he knew anyone who was killed. So for now, he has to focus on what he can control, helping survivors.
We could spring right into action and do what we are required to do, and that was offer help and hope to the people.
So you can see it's gotten a little dark behind us here now. They actually just turned off all of the police lights, and a lot of the state troopers left. We just saw the last few ambulances leaving within the past hour. The last bus got out of here as well, but the lights are still on inside of the church. And we do know that we will have an update at 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow from DNR, so hopefully we'll have some more information to be able to share with you then. In Southeast Georgia, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.
Right, Zach, thank you. And people from Jacksonville were at Sapelo Island today. We know of at least 2 churches that had parishioners at the Gullah Geechee Cultural Festival, and some of them we hear were on their way home tonight. Now, it's not clear if any of them witnessed the gangway collapse or fell into the water. We are still gathering information. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp posted on social media about this. He is heartbroken by the gangway collapse on Sapelo Island today, adding, as state and local first responders continue to work this active scene, we ask that all Georgians join us in praying of those lost, for those still in harm's way, and for their families. President Joe Biden echoing Governor Kemp in a statement tonight, saying what should have been a joyous celebration of Gullah Geechee culture and history instead turned into tragedy and devastation. The president also said the White House is in touch with state and local officials and will provide any assistance that is needed.